Well, hey there, my friend. Welcome back to the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I have a confession. I have recorded this intro 3 times because I keep making up words and I probably shouldn't make up words. So I will try to not make up words. I could keep getting stuck around the word challenge, meaning that I want to give you like a challenge to do something really cool to make you some more money this holiday season. But challenge just sounds hard, doesn't it? It just sounds like, no, Wendy, I don't want a challenge. It's like that 75 hard thing that a lot of people are doing. I think it should be 75 soft. I just don't think we need any more hard in our life as retailers. But hey there, I'm Wendy Batten. I'm going off on a tangent before we even get going this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, or whenever you're listening to this podcast. Right now, it's morning for me. It's a beautiful day in my little town. And I'm looking out and the sun is just coming up and and I'm just like on fire. I'm just so excited to talk about this and to share some conversations I've been having with retailers of late. And it brought me back to remember that I have a workshop that I have been doing for a long time. And I'm just going to talk about the first part of the workshop today so that you can action this. It's a simple way to increase profits for yourself this profit season. See? That's what I keep slipping up. It is a profit season. This is Q4. It's the holidays. You're a retailer. This should be your profit season. So this holiday season, let's look at how we can increase your profits. So I want to just have a conversation about that today. And I'm going to give you a simple, not challenge. What is the word we could use? A simple activity. There we go. A simple activity that you can do that will increase your profits this season. And profits are so important. So let's get into it. Running a retail business doesn't have to be so hard. Welcome to the Creative Shop Talk podcast, the go-to podcast for creative shop owners, studio owners, and independent retailers. I'm your host, Wendy Batten, retail business coach and mentor. Each week, I'll share simple, proven business strategies, inspiring stories from fellow retailers, and advice from industry experts. Together, we're going to work to find the success you want from your retail business with more profits in your till and a little more joy in your life. Okay, after all my rambling, sorry, you're still here. It's wonderful that you're still here. Thank you for listening and thank you for being here. And I am on a mission to see more retailers be more profitable, have more joy, have more freedom in their business. That's not a line. It's not a tagline. It's literally what I do every day when I work with retailers. Conversations I've been having lately with retailers in small groups and some associations that I've been teaching at, some groups that I've had the pleasure and the privilege of chatting with lately, the questions that keep coming up or the conversation and the wording and the things that are being said, it's always the same. I'm hoping to beat my numbers from last year, my revenue numbers. I want to make the same sales, or I'm already up 14% over last year's sales. Yay, yay. Everybody is chasing top line numbers, and I have this conversation a lot, but I want to make sure that we understand the difference between revenue and profit in our retail business. And what I'm going to give you today is a great way to increase your profit, the bottom line. So they're two very different numbers. Profit is what's left over after you pay for your thing, if you pay for your product. We call that real revenue. So we want you to increase your holiday profits this season, and we can do that with just a few simple shifts. Do not fall into the trap and confuse revenue with profits. Stop focusing on revenue. Sales are how much you made today, which is yay, you, exciting. Profit is what's left over at the end of the day. So if you sold a sofa today, I'm going to use a sofa because it's a great big thing and it's an awesome thing to sell. You made that's all you sold today. You made you had a $5,000 day. You sold a $5,000 sofa or couch or whatever you call it. No, you didn't. You did not have a $5,000 day today. You had to pay to have that thing, that sofa or that product in your shop. You paid, let's say, $3,000 for that particular piece. You had a $2,000 day. You did not have a $5,000 day. And that's the numbers we talk about when I'm in with my mastermind group. That's the numbers we talk about in my Retailers Inner Circle program, my coaching group, my group coaching group. That's the number that we want to talk about. Not like sales are irrelevant if you don't have profit at the end of the day. So profit actually comes like the sale of your day. So your $2,000 day after you sold your $5,000 couch and you paid for it, and then you have $2,000 left. Profit is actually what's left over after you pay your employees, after you pay your rent, after you pay your marketing, after you keep the lights on, or you know how you keep the lights on. It's after you pay your taxes. That's what profit is. So profit comes in multiple ways, and there's lots of ways we can manage our profit. And today I just wanted to share one way, I guess, one challenge. Again, there I go with the challenge word. One challenge for you, I guess, one activity for you to do. We need to know our sales goals, of course, so that we can make the profit. It's like obvious. And our sales goals comes from it should not come from vanity. So it should not come from vanity. Your sales goal should not be a vanity number, beating last year's numbers. Yay, we're up 14%, whatever, who cares? Your profit should come. Profit is what we should be looking at. I always say revenue is vanity, profits are sanity. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. So we all need to have, again, that sales goal number. And again, we're not just looking at it from vanity. We want to reverse engineer from what we actually need. That's a whole other podcast episode. That's a whole episode, not an episode. That's a whole workshop inside our Retailers Inner Circle program, understanding how much money you need, understanding. And that is also included in if you're trying to figure out what you need to do in our Best Year Ever workshop as well. We have our annual Best Year workshop available as well right now. I just want to talk to you today about a simple thing that you can do to have control over your profit right now. And that is to think in percentages, not just dollars. So I want to challenge you to think about last year, you had a number you made last year, revenue number, top line number, that big number at the very top. Let's say that you had 1% of that. Just think of what 1% of that number is, and you could put that in your pocket. That's just like 1%. Drop it in your pocket right now. That's yours. That's the profit, or that's what's left over at the end of the day. That's yours. Thinking about that number is easier than sometimes thinking about increasing our margins or decreasing our expenses by 1%. Everything should be thought about in percentages. I've done lots of podcasts about this. I teach about this. I talk about it all the time. Thinking about our business, like what percentage of your sales is your margin? What percentage of your top line is going to operations? What percentage of your top line is payroll? What percentage is rent? I know we talk about percentages a lot, but I want you to think in very simple, practical terms on how we can increase our bottom line, our profit number, by doing a couple of simple things. So one simple thing, this is what I want you to think about, and this is your activity. This is your activity for this week and this week's podcast takeaway, hopefully. I want you to think about what it would look like if you increased all of your prices, or you took a really good hard look at your pricing and you increased things in your shop by 3 to 5%. Now, don't have a heart attack. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't say I can't do that. Think about just taking something from, something that you're selling for $1 or, a low ticket price, and you're just adding, 5 cents to that $1. Like, no one cares. No one's going to notice. But at the end of the day, and you're saying, oh, it's only 5 cents. Who cares? But at the end of the day, that's a 5% increase. And we do that over and over and over again. This adds more money to your pocket without your customer noticing the difference, or without them, nobody cares. Nobody really notices these small things. So there's a few ways we can do that, but I want you to go around and look at your pricing. And this is directly affecting your margin. So this means more money in your pocket at the end of the day. So the other thing is really understanding, there's 2 ways, I guess, we can make profit, right? We can increase our sales and the money that we make, and we can decrease our expenses. So the other side of that is really understanding your expenses. So looking line by line through your through your bank statement, through your, all of your credit card statements. Think about if you could go through and decrease. Now, I always say when I talk about this, and I've shared this before, do not cut things that make you money. Do not cut, don't cut your POS system. Don't cut, don't cut things that are actually directly making you money. So that can be, I don't know, whatever, marketing that's working. Marketing that's working, don't cut that. Coaching that's working, don't cut that. I always tell people, if you're getting value from your coach, do not cut that. Do not cut, if whatever. There's all kinds of wasted things on our bills, on our statements. We do things unintentionally. Sometimes we sign up for things, or we're not necessarily getting value, or we haven't looked at our expenses. We haven't looked at our phone plan lately. Well, let's negotiate. Let's think about how we could negotiate that down a little bit. Our insurance. I have shared before in the podcast here that we were able to, and I've seen lots of my clients do this, negotiate rent down, negotiate phone bills, negotiate credit card fees down, negotiate insurance, negotiate, trying to think what else, shipping costs. I have one client that just asked a big vendor that she was working with if she could do anything to decrease her shipping costs. And they said, yes, here's what you can do. And they told her how. And she decreased it by 6%. That's like 6% in her pocket. That is crazy, right? So that goes directly to your bottom line. So we can increase our profits at the top by doing a price increase. And of course, buying smarter. But I'm talking about things that you can do right now in the shop during this crazy busy holiday season to make more profits. So increasing your sales or your pricing, decreasing and going line by line your expenses, and really paying attention to that percentage. I've shared a story before of how even just going across the street to get gas, that's 1% cheaper or 2% cheaper. It's that's percentage in your pocket. That's money in your pocket. So think percentages, not dollars. Shift your mindset to focus on that. It will help you make small but really impactful changes. Every 1% improvement adds up. So whether it's through price adjustments going up or expense cuts, we can figure out, we can keep that money in our pocket. That's profit for you at the end of the day. I'm going to say it again. Revenue is vanity. Profits are sanity. Right? Revenue is vanity, profits are sanity. So it does not matter how much you make at the top if you're not keeping the money at the bottom, the profits. It does matter how much we make at the top. But I do just really want to remind you. So this was the sort of day one of a workshop that I did. And this is what we teach. And I've taught this many times. And I've been sharing this with clients and, rooms that I've been in and associations I've been teaching, and just reminding people to think in percentages and every percentage on the top. So go around your shop. Where can you see an increase? I will tell you another way that you can decrease expenses if you are doing things like your printed goods for the holidays. This is just not off the cuff, but something I'm just thinking about now. I have a client who just ordered all her printed goods for the whole holiday season. She ordered her printed goods. Normally she pays, $1 a postcard. I think she said, it was like 90 cents a postcard, or 90 cents for this particular bag stuffer that she was doing. And she got it down to 45 cents, a piece. There's just different things. You can do that with your merchandising equipment, your merchandising, your bag stuffers, your bags, your tissue paper, all the things you're going to do. How could you get that a little cheaper? How could you decrease that expense? Can you buy in bulk? You're going to use it anyways. Buy it now. Save. Every percentage counts. So we can reap that reward. And this is how retailers make money. So we're so busy chasing sales and making money, trying to make money, but yet we put things on sale and we sell things so there's no margin. And we wonder why we don't have cash flow. So sell things at a higher price, look at your price points and see if you can increase. Again, rounding up is really good. If customers are looking at something that's $14.25, if you put it up to $15.75, are they really going to care? That's a huge difference in margin for you. So don't just market where you think it should, market where you can put it. Will customers notice if something's, $4.25 or $4.97? Huge difference in percentage. I know it seems small, but this is how smart retailers market. This is how smart retailers make profit. So I want you to think about that. So that's your challenge for the day. Go through your store, not your challenge, your activity. Wendy's got to get that challenge word out of her head. We have to go into your store today, look at increasing your prices. Think if you can, like 3% across the board. I know it sounds scary, but 3 to 5%. Some of them I'm challenging you to go higher. Look at your expenses. See if you can reduce at least, some things by a certain percentage. Where can you buy in bulk? Where could you save? And go and look at your P&L. Where can we adjust a little bit? 1% here, 1% there. Even small changes, small changes do make a big difference. So I'm going to go back to my quote and say, remember that revenue is vanity, profits is sanity, and we all need more sanity. We all need more sanity. I hope this has been helpful. If you're looking for other ways to increase your profits, we have a 3-part profits challenge. Again, it's what it's called. It's what the workshop was called. And on my website, you can find that under at wendybatten.com. So you can grab that workshop. It's an inexpensive, on-demand workshop. You can grab that. You can grab my best year ever workshop. That's available as well too, so that you can plan ahead if you're looking to do a little bit deeper planning ahead. And of course, you're welcome to join us inside the Retailers Inner Circle. We have a pantry full of workshops that you can go and grab and learn a little bit deeper, understanding your numbers and being that business owner who is paying attention to their numbers and, dating your numbers, as we love to say, and understanding where your money's coming from, where it's going. Again, that helps you with your sanity. That will help you sleep better at night. It actually might help. I had a client tell me yesterday that knowing her numbers and understanding helped stop the anxiety lying to her. And I love that. I love that concept. She said the anxiety used to lie to her all the time, but now she knows her numbers. She's not just letting her anxiety about her numbers take over. She's like, oh, I know if I can afford something or I can't afford something because I'm paying attention to my profits. I'm paying attention to my expenses. Anyhow, that was a side note. Anyhow, thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate all the hard work that you're doing in your shop. I know you love your retail business. I know you are working hard and making it work. And I appreciate you taking out the time today. You are doing an amazing job for your community. You are doing an amazing job being part of your, the ecosystem of your community. People need you. Keep going, keep at it. You are doing an amazing job. So from my little podcast studio by the sea here to you, I'm sending you out big love and just have a great month this month. So I'm just really sending out all the positive vibes for everybody. So I think it's going to be a really great month. So keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. You're awesome. Okay. Thank you, my friends. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I'm so glad that you were here to join us this week, and I hope you found value in what we're sharing here. I want to remind you that our website has all of the show notes. You can find it at wendybatten.com/podcast. Everything that you need to hear about today's podcast is there. Also an opportunity if you need to reach out to me. If I can support you in any way whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. So thanks for joining us. Please leave a review, subscribe if you can, and never miss an episode. We hope to see you back here again next week. Thanks, my friend. Have a great week.